Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are talking 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After Season 9 Episode 17. Oh my god, it's a girl. So we're just going to get onto it. This video will be quick because it's just going to be quick. Not much went down in this episode, but what I will say, well, there was some big stuff that did go down. But what I will say is this happens to be the best episode of the entire season of Happily Ever After, in my opinion, because what they showed is what it should be and everything. And I'll get to that in a minute. I mean, you had heartfelt moments and everything, little drama here and there, but this is how it's supposed to be. So for the first time in a long time, this episode of Happily Ever After gets an A for me. First couple I'm going to talk is Darcy and Georgie. You know, they get an F, but so we seen Darcy and Stacy have a conversation. Stacy comes into Darcy's hotel. I guess Stacy got her groove on the night before and made a joke about it, and Darcy is still upset that Georgie just got up and left last week. So it's still a little confusion on what Georgie wants about his family and being in Bulgaria and stuff and everything. And so Darcy just doesn't know where she stands, and she starts crying in Stacy's arms and everything, just being dramatic Darcy like she always is. So later, Georgie comes out, texts Darcy and asks her to meet up someplace. And, you know, he confesses love to Darcy. He said he loves her. But he said that after being in Bulgaria and seeing his sister with the kids and stuff, you know, Georgie actually does want to have kids. And obviously Darcy can't. So now Darcy is already getting mad and crying and stuff and everything. She's like, I knew it. Why don't you just set me free and everything? I knew it and everything. She really is not hearing what he has to say. Like, she's, you know, she gets mad that he keeps blaming her for everything. Well, I have not seen once Darcy take any accountability for anything and everything. She thinks because she's older, she did a lot for him, like in the beginning stages, that she has that power over him when she don't. You know, like, he has feelings too, and she's not hearing that. And she's just hearing like I'm upset, and then she's just he could say that I'm upset, and she's like, oh, you don't want this to work out, you don't want this relationship to work out. Like, no, he's not freaking saying that. He's saying he's upset, and you're not hearing him. Darcy, like, oh my god, I can't take it with her anymore. So that was about it. I'm not spending too much time with Darcy and Georgie. So yeah, moving on. Next couple I want to talk is the triple threat couples. Lauren and Alexei, Jovi and Yara, and Elizabeth and Andre. So remember what happened last week? Elizabeth told Yara that Lauren would make fun of her with the way she looked and everything. So then Yara confronted Lauren. Lauren said that it wasn't like that and everything. And then now Lauren's more pissed at Elizabeth again. So in this episode, like, you know, Elizabeth and Andre were still, like, wondering what happened and everything. They didn't know what happened because Lauren just left. So Lauren and Alexei decided to finally lead the ski trip, basically. But Lauren was like, I do want to have a conversation with Yara before I leave. I don't want to leave on bad terms. So Lauren goes and knocks on Yara's door, and, you know, and Yara answers, and she apologized and said, you know, I'm sorry Elizabeth told you that. It really wasn't meant on how she told you. Yara's just like, I'm not worried about it, basically. You know, I don't have any ill will against you. It's fine. We're good and everything. But Yara did say, like, look, Elizabeth and Lauren are older than me, like 7 years older than me. Like, grow up. And she's right. They need to grow up. All of them need to grow up, basically. So Lauren and Lexi leave the ski trip and everything, and like they just over it. And then so Jovi and Yara and Elizabeth and Andre decided to go on a Sasquatch hunt, basically. And they go to look for Sasquatch. And in the car, uh, Elizabeth and Andre were wondering, where's Lauren and Lexi? And they said, oh, they left. Jovi said they left, and oh, they didn't say bye to me or nothing. They just up and left. And then Elizabeth was like, why? What happened? And they were like, well, they're upset what happened last night. And Elizabeth said that, why? Me and Lauren talked about it. We thought we were good and stuff and everything. And then Jovi's like, yeah, but I did kind of tell her about what you said to Yara, and Yara we told Lauren. And Elizabeth got mad at Jovi for like spilling the beans. They're like, really? You're being a tattletale, basically, and everything. Now I probably don't have a relationship with Lauren anymore now. Thanks, Jovi, basically, and everything. Like, why would you tell her that? And Elizabeth said, I don't think Yara would have told Lauren what I said. I think Jovi was just being a crap starter, basically. And Elizabeth, no, you started that. You're the one who did it first, so you can't turn it around on Jovi, basically. So now Elizabeth is upset, is mad, but they go on the Sasquatch journey and hunt, and they had a tour guide to go with them and stuff and everything. They made a lot of Sasquatch jokes and everything. And the tour guide was getting mad at them for walking a little bit slow and hogging things up. And they ended up walking a little bit too far, and the tour guide got scared. He was like, okay, we're out here too far. I don't want to be out here too far. Let's turn back, basically, and everything. So, yeah. That seems pretty scary, but it's also funny at the same time. So, yeah, but now, judging by the previews of next week, because next week will be the last episode, Jovi and Yara are going to confront Elizabeth and Andre, mostly Andre. I guess Jovi and Andre are going to have some words and everything now. So I just don't get it and everything. So, but yeah, that was the triple threat couples. I'm over it with them. Next couple I want to talk is Brandon and Julia. So finally, they did 5 months of their European trip. They showed like just videos of all kind of countries that went to Europe, pictures of Julia just on the camera. And every country, they went to Amsterdam, London, Switzerland, Ireland, you name it, they went to it. And they looked like they had a good time. And they said that they did not sell their apartment in Russia. So they're back in the United States. And after 5 months, and then 3 weeks later after they got back, Julia takes a pregnancy test, and we find out that she is pregnant. Julia, for once, is in a good mood. Brandon's happy and overjoyed and everything. But, so they go to their first, ultrasound and OB visit and everything. And they check inside Julia. The baby is healthy, heartbeat and everything. This and that, and Julia started crying. Brandon started crying because this is what they waited for. This is what they wanted and stuff and everything. So then Julia has been having some weird cravings, I guess this is normal for people who are pregnant to have weird food cravings. She's always hungry. I think she wants dipping French fries in lemonade or something like that, and she wanted some garlic sauce or whatever and everything. Just a lot of weird cravings, and she's being really needy. Brandon said that she's been really needy and stuff and everything, but he's saying that with a smile on his face. So it's nice to see them doing this without them arguing for once. And now they have another disagreement. They have to tell Betty and Ron that she's pregnant, and she's 5 months pregnant at this point now. Well, I think judging by the previews of next week, she's 5 months pregnant. And she doesn't want to tell Betty and Ron because she's afraid that Betty's just going to be overstepping and like causing risk and making her stress. I get it, but at the same time, I get it, but I don't, because this is going to be the grandparents. So, and if you don't, they need to know as soon as possible. I don't agree with hiding pregnancies because they're going to find out, and they're going to find out by somebody. So that's the new topic for discussion. But as we all know, we knew for a while that Julia was pregnant. So, finally we got to see the point where it is finally official. So speaking of pregnancy, let's finish things off with Jasmine and Matt and Gino. So in this episode, Jasmine and Matt take one of those birth classes basically to get Matt ready, because Matt still does not know what the heck he's doing. So the instructor like just taught him how to do things. It was just a weird class or whatever, but Matt took it, and he's still making his little Matt jokes and everything that irritates Jasmine, and Jasmine is like just wants him to be serious for once and everything. So after that class, it's time. It's time. Jasmine, she wakes up in the middle of the night and her water breaks, and she decided to do a midwife instead of doing a hospital. They go to the place, and after 8 months of labor, Jasmine is sitting in a bathtub screaming like, ah! Ah! That's how she was screaming. She was like, ah! Like trying to give birth to this baby and everything. And eight hours into labor, baby Matilda is finally born. And it was so sweet. She's so cute. Jasmine and Matt were happy. Matt finally was being serious. He was saying he's blessed, and Jasmine was like, finally, Matt is saying all the proper pronouns and everything. And I have as we all know, we have my opinions on this whole situation and everything. But when a baby is born, for the time before that moment, it's just all about the baby and just about the joy of having a baby and stuff and everything. So I'm actually happy for Jasmine and Julia in this moment. I don't agree with how they treated their partners throughout the season, but when it comes to a baby, this is beautiful. This is why I gave the episode an A. So meanwhile, we got Gino talking to a divorce lawyer, and he had to explain to the lawyer everything what happened with him and Jasmine. And the lawyer had told him that since she is pregnant, you're going to be legally responsible for her, because under Michigan laws, and I guess everywhere, if you guys are still legally married and she had a baby with another guy, and while you're still married, then you're technically still legally the father. And the biological father will have to take a DNA test and everything and sign an affidavit or whatever and stuff. And the lawyer was just really stressing Gino you might want to just get a divorce really quick. He said that if you file now, it'll only take 60 days. But now, since there's a baby involved, it could take 6 months. So Gino was just like in shock and everything. And he's like, how's this baby mine? No, Jasmine ruined my life, no. And so he was like, I didn't want to do it right away because he wanted to wait till the market crashed or whatever and things got a little bit lower out of money, some kind of form of money and stuff and everything. So he just wants to do something that will just destroy Jasmine. And the lawyer said that, when you try to take vengeance out of this, you're just paying attorneys and courts way more money and stuff and everything. The best thing you could do is really just get a divorce now and everything, and just let it be, basically. I know he wants Jasmine deported and back to Panama and everything, but that could come for another time. Just focus on getting divorced and just let her go. I know, like, you brought her here, you spent all this money, you got her here, and now she gets to go enjoy her life without you. It sucks, but it's just you let her do that, or just have her hanging over your head for the rest of your life and everything. So if she decides to go back to Panama, that's on her, but she's far away from you. And he said that, it's best that, like, whoever files for the divorce, that's the state that they have to do it. So if Gina files for divorce, and rumor has it this week he actually finally did file for divorce, that was reported and stuff. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, that's all I can say for this episode of Happily Ever After. We got one more regular season episode next week before the tell-all. One more episode. And I found out some things about the tell-all. I guess it's going to be 5 parts. But the good news about the tell-all is that there will be no Tiger Lily and Adnan. And yeah, I'm happy about that because, yeah, Karen Guillermo will be at the tell-all. And I can't wait for it. But yeah, we got one more regular season episode before it, and like I said, this episode for once was a good episode because other than Darcy being dramatic, it was positive. It was, babies being born, being baby news and stuff and everything. When I was younger and watched TLC, that's all I seen. For a while, I did not watch much on TLC because every time I turned on TLC when I was younger, it was just always some kind of like a baby show, like someone giving birth, like the Miracle of Birth type shows. Everything was just babies being born and stuff and everything. So I thought that was when I was younger, I thought TLC was just all about that before they came up with all these crazy shows. So yeah. But yeah, this is what I want to see out of Happily Ever After. More love, the genuine, real babies being born, the excitement and the blessings of a newborn and stuff and everything. This is what it's supposed to be about. So I'm happy to see that. So yeah. But anyway, guys, that is the end of my review. I'll be back on tomorrow to recap 90 Day Fiancé the other way. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. And like I said last week, please make sure you're subscribed because YouTube has been unsubscribing people from my channel like by themselves and stuff. So just please make sure you are subscribed to my channel. And I will see you guys again tomorrow. So y'all stay safe and have a good one. Bye, y'all.